We all know at the moment that with the cost of living crisis, not everyone wants to go and spend big money on the latest drivers. You will not believe how much I paid for this Cobra Speed Zone driver. Well, you may do because I put it in the title. But I'm going to test this today, guys. I'm going to see just how it does compare to the latest and greatest drivers that you may pay more than double for. And we're going to test it out here on the golf course and see what we can score on a handful of holes where I would definitely always hit driver, because that's what I normally do anyway. Guys, my name's James and welcome to the channel. If you do enjoy golf related content, make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. And if you like daily tip videos, go and check out our second channel, Get Good at Golf, where we aim to help you get good at golf one day at a time. But let's talk about this driver that I've spent £199.99 on. So it's a Cobra Speed Zone driver, and Cobra absolutely nailed it when they released the Cobra F9 driver a handful of years ago. They had a huge task on their hands to improve that, and they gave us this. Now, I'm not saying that this was an improvement, I'm not saying that it was any worse, but the F9 was pretty good, and it was a knockdown price, which made it the driver of the people. Now we have the Speed Zone. This is the standard Speed Zone with the weight at the back. It's not one where you can move the weights. I thought I'd go for this one because, to be honest, it's the only one I could find for this price. You'll see it is used, you'll see it's a little bit battered, but it's not too bad. The overall condition of it, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty good. It's in 9 degrees, I've got it set as standard, and I've also got a hazardous 6.5 shaft in there, which is generally what I get fitted for. So I've done really well to get this in my specs, and the Cobra LTDX that I've got in the bag, which we are going to get out in a few moments time, is in the same specs. So you could say it's a perfect comparison, but a driver is only as good as the scores that it yields. So can we hit a fairway with this fairly cheap driver? I forgot how good this looked, you know. Looking down here, we've got that carbon crown, we've got the ridgeback technology, and I love the yellow accents on it. That's something which I hope Cobra kind of go back to. Now that is honestly the best drive I think I've ever hit on this hole. It's literally perfect, and very often I show you bad strikes on this channel, but you know what? Today I'm going to show you a good one, because for less than £200, I'm really happy with that. Get in. You know what, guys? I wasn't going to hit another drive on this hole, but I feel like that's literally one of the best drives I've ever hit. So enter the brand new for 2022 Cobra LTDX. This is pretty much exactly the same, but we do have more technology on there, you could say. Now we've still got the weight at the back there, it is still the standard version, and now we still have the ridgeback technology, but a slightly different, more matte carbon top. Now, would you prefer this driver? Like, for the price, this is running out at more like £400. I'll put the exact one on screen now. I think you can get one for around £350 if you go to the right place. But would you spend that extra £150 just to have the latest head cover, the latest colours? It's still got the CNC milled face. This is the HOT version. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Cobra bring out this year as well, because I hope they kind of go back to that F9 route. This is actually a different head shape as well. This is more like rounded tear shaped. Is that going to help me hit the same shot? Let's channel that same swing. Oh yeah, they're exactly the same. Some would say having a proper warm-up in the simulator room when testing drivers helps massively. Let's get down there and see where they are. I almost don't want to kind of wipe the face of that one, but guys, do me a favour, get in the comments below and let me know. This was the infinity face, thank you. This was the infinity face, who remembers that? Almost like anti-sky technology, but would you want to save £150? That's quite a ridiculous question, but if you did, what would you spend it on? Would you spend it on more golf clubs? Would you spend it on golf lessons? Or would you spend it on green fees? We're going to LA tomorrow to play some golf, and I'm thinking, well, if I've saved £150, £200 here, is that Torrey Pines, maybe? So you've got memories as well as a driver that can hit a shot like this. Now I've got to say as well, thinking about that bag presence, I'm not going to lie, I really like the black and yellow. Now the black and yellow stands out a little bit more. The F9 again was absolutely fantastic. The burnt orange, it's okay, I could kind of take it and leave it. But then when you think about it, is it that important what colour scheme you have on your head cover? Is it that important what colour scheme you have on your driver? We all know that brands put these colour schemes on to help with shelf appeal, to help sell the driver in the shop. Once it's out there, it's just another colour. Like the Stealth came out in loads of different colours, didn't it? But I've not seen one person use one without a red face. Get in the comments below, let me know what you think of the colour schemes. And as opening shots go, fair to say that they're pretty close together for a pretty good price. Also fair to say that they've not had a lot of roll. So this one's pitched here, and that is actually the LTDX. So that was the second shot, that's the 2022 driver. And the speed zone up here has pitched, can we see one? I can't see a pitch mark, so that may have actually pitched further back there and just had a bounce. That's what you need to be thinking about this time of year when you are testing drivers. I'll go with that because it was my first ball. And I'm going to send this in. I've actually just done a video on this as well, guys. So if you want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is something that a lot of people would be embarrassed to have in the bag until they hopefully hit shots like this with, and then they're not so embarrassed after all. 80 yards. Just like that. Be good. Be good. Oh, shot. And you see, saving money is something which I'm trying to do more and more videos on the channel. You'll note when me and Chris did the Tacoma video where we actually got a holiday to Malta and Sicily on the budget that we saved from buying an expensive set of irons and a more budget Tacoma set. So guys, get in the comments below, are you thinking more thriftily like now? Are you trying to save a bit more money? Or are you still going gung-ho into the latest and greatest product because this is what you enjoy and it's your hobby? Let me know in the comments, and also leave a like while you're down there. Left myself a bit more work than I wanted for par here, which after a drive like that is pretty criminal. Par. More difficult than it should have been. And you know what, guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip here when you are surfing the internet to look for a more budget golf club, a second-hand golf club. It has to be the right specs. The reason why I was so happy to get this for less than £200 is because it's in pretty much exactly my specs. 9 degree hazardous 6.5 is perfect. I may have gone with a 6, but 6.5 is generally what I do get fitted for. It's not a deal if it's not in your specs. It may be cheap, but cheap doesn't mean a bargain unless it's right for you, because then you're just wasting your money. Right, can we get this up and over on the green? There's no reason why we can't. Like, if you think it's only 3 years old, this club, maybe 4, we had the speed zone, rad speed, LTD, 3 years old. There's no reason why we can't plant this middle of the green, gives ourselves a third eagle chance. Up and over those trees. Oh, that's perfect again. I've just got the line at the moment on this hole, and guys, this feels good. Like, that was actually a touch bottomy, if you see there, but that was the great thing about this driver. With the centre of gravity pulled back, you did get that element of forgiveness. I really can't wait to see where that's gone, actually. Also, guys, I have been in the studio testing this club against the LTDX, against this year's model. How much difference do you think there is? Because we know it's more expensive. How much would you want more for spending the money? Let me know in the comments. And I'm actually hitting this driver better today, both in the simulator room here at Woolley Park and on the golf course, better than when I first started testing Cobra drivers. I used to have a thing where I didn't get on with them. I don't know why. They never seemed to perform that well. I never seemed to get the proper numbers that I wanted. But both these drivers have performed quite well for me today. I think I've just got over that, and I just I hit a lot more golf clubs than I used to do. So I know just to blur out things that I don't like the look of. Can you do that? If you hold a driver that you don't like the look of, can you put all that past you and still make a good golf swing? That, and I actually quite like look at this now, so times change, don't they? Well, we're not on the green, but we're over the out of bounds. That's not great. To be honest, I thought that would do better. We're obviously taken a bit too much of a tight line, and that ball is covered in mud, so that's not ideal to be short-sided from here. We'll take that all day as well. So is that because it's a slightly older driver? Is it because I caught it low on the face? Is it because the driver only cost £199? I'll give you a clue, it's the middle one. I caught that low on the face. There's no driver in the world where if you don't strike it properly, is going to get the exact distance that you need. Got a birdie putt, just not quite the eagle putt we wanted. Oh my God. You know what, it's another pretty simple par, and the next hole will show all as to if I've... You know what, this video isn't even about the driver anymore, is it, guys? £199 for a driver that performs this well is an astonishing price. Let's see how it does compare to the Cobra LTDX, which is this year's model in the studio. then we're going to see what we can score on the final hole.
So guys, I took the Cobra Speed Zone driver into the simulator room at Woolley Park Golf Club, and I also took the Cobra LTD-X driver in the same spec. So I've got a 3-year-old driver for less than £200, and I've got a brand new driver for £350. How much difference would you expect to see? It's got to be said, I feel like I'm swinging really well today, so I've hit some really good shots with both these clubs. You can see actually that I'm hitting near the line most of the time, which I don't normally do. Apart from this one, that's really bad timing on my part. As soon as I got back into the speed zone, I actually really enjoyed it. It felt good, it sounded totally different. It sounded actually a bit higher pitch, a little bit louder, which if you like that kind of thing, then fantastic. And I actually felt like I was getting some really good speed with it. You can see there that one pitching over 280 and going over 300 yards. So what was the total difference in numbers for the price? What about that one pitching on the line? So the LTD-X got a ball speed of 158.1 and just 155.7 with the speed zone on average. So a few miles an hour less, and it spun a little bit less as well. So you can see that only 2 yards in it on average carry and exactly the same total yardage. And I'm saving £150. Wow.
So as you can imagine, I'm quite happy with those numbers for my bargain second-hand driver. Very similar numbers. All right! Just goes to show that even when spending £200 on what you think is a fantastic budget driver, if you get one just out of the low heel there, there's every chance you may kill Superintendent John and the boys. Right, we have nearly killed the boys. Sorry about that, boys. He wasn't watching, it doesn't matter. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That was a driver for less than £200, which I personally think has performed pretty well when putting it head to head against the latest and greatest. Thank you for watching, guys. Smash that subscribe button. I'll see you all exactly the same time tomorrow. Bye.